Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this lecture we will discuss about the treatment and disposal of solid waste. In the previous lecture we have discussed about some basic term in solid waste. Now in this lecture we will discuss the methods which are used to treat the solid waste. The methods are given below: composting, incineration, landfilling, pyrolysis and recycling. We will discuss them one by one. This is the solid waste management hierarchy: source reduction, reuse, recycling, resource recovery, incineration, landfilling. So you can reduce the solid waste by source reduction method, or you can reduce solid waste by reuse method. You can reuse solid, or you can reduce the solid waste by recycling method. You can recycle the solid waste. uh, you can reduce solid waste by resource recovery, or you can reduce the solid waste by incineration method or landfilling method. So these three are the preferred method, but these two are the most preferred method. So and the last three is known as the waste disposal. So the this is the solid waste management hierarchy. So this is the you can reduce source reduction method, reuse, recycling, resource recovery, incineration and landfilling. So you can use these methods to reduce the solid waste. We will discuss these one by one. Now what is composting? It is a process in which organic matter of solid waste is decomposed and converted to humus and mineral compound. So composting is nothing but it is a process in which organic matter of solid waste is decomposed and converted into humus and fertilizer or organic fertilizer. So compost is the end product of composting. As a result of composting, we can obtain compost, and compost is used as a fertilizer. There are three methods of composting: composting by trenching, open window composting and mechanical composting. So what is the trenching? Composting by trenching. Trench is 3 to 12-meter long, 2 to 3-meter wide and 1 to 2-meter depth with spacing 2 meter. So in the trenching method of composting, first of all we make trenches. The trenches should be 3 to 12-meter long, 2 to 3-meter wide and 1 to 2-meter depth, and the space between trenches should be 2 meter. Dry waste, then after making of trenches, we will put dry waste. So after that, dry waste are filled up to up in 15 centimeter. On top of each layer, 5 centimeter thick sandwiching layer of animal dung is spread in semi-liquid form. So after trenching, we are putting the dry waste in trenches up to 15 centimeter, and on above of dry waste we are putting the layer of animal dung in the semi liquid form. So first of all we put solid waste in the trenches, and after that we are putting the animal dung on above of the dry waste. After that, some time, after 2 to 3 days, biological action starts and decomposition of the uh, waste material starts. Solid waste stabilize in 4 to 6 months and change into brown color odorless powder form known as humus. So after 4 to 6 months, the solid waste is converted into brown color compound which is known as humus. So and this humus is nothing but a compost and used as a fertilizer. So this is an example of trench. This is a trench. It is 12-meter long, 10-meter long. It is 3 meter, about 3 meter wide, and about 1 meter depth. 1 meter depth. So after making up trench, we are going to put this one. This is a trench, 12 meter long, 2 meter long, 2 meter wide, and 1 meter height. So after making this trench, we will put the dry solid waste in it, and after that we will put the uh, animal dung on it. We will spray animal dung on it in semi-liquid form. So after that the biological action will start, and after 4 or 6 months the solid waste will convert it into humus or compost, and which are used as a fertilizer. So this is the composting process. Now open window composting, large material like broken glass. So in open window composting, first of all we will remove glass, stone, plastic article from the solid wastes. Then after that remaining solid waste is dumped on ground in the form of file 0 to 1 meter height. So in this case we are not making trenches, but we dump the solid waste on the surface of ground, and the height of the dump is about 1 meter. Width and length of the file are kept 1 to 2 meter and 6 meter. So it should be the width of the dump, the width of the file is about 2 meter, and its length should be length should be 6 meter, and its height should be 1 or 2 meter. Moisture content of the solid waste which are present in the file should be 60%. Temperature increases inside the file. So with the passage of time the temperature inside the file increases. So the temperature inside the file should be controlled with the help of cooling water to avoid anaerobic decomposition. So the complete process may take 4 to 6 weeks. So this process can take 6 to 4 weeks. This is fast as compared to the above composting method, which is the trench method. So this is the open window trenching method. So this is the file. Simply the file is on the ground, and it is about 6 meter length, and the width is about 2 meter, and the height is about also 2 meter. So this is the solid. First of all we will separate the glass and other non biodegradable material from the solids, and after that we will make file of biodegradable solid waste on the surface of ground, and after that after 4 or 6 weeks the degradation of the waste will take place and humus will form. Mechanical, the third method is mechanical composting. So the third method for composting is mechanical composting. It requires small area compared to trenching and open window composting. The stabilization, so this method takes small area, and the stabilization for 3 to 6 days. So this is the fastest composting method as compared to the above two composting method. The operation involves reception of refuse, segregation, shredding, stabilization, and marketing the humus. So in this mechanical composting, these steps will take place one by one. First of all, reception of refuse. Refuse means solid waste. First of all, the reception of the solid waste will take place. After that, segregation will take place. Segregation means separation of the biodegradable and non-biodegradable material from each other. So segregation is the separation of solids from one another on the basis of biodegradability. Uh, Similarly, shredding. After segregation, shredding will occur. Shredding is nothing but cutting the solid waste into small sizes. After that, stabilization of the solid waste will occur. So stabilization mean in stabilization the very reactive or very toxic or very corrosive material will convert it into less corrosive, less toxic material. And after that we will marketing the humus. So after that the humus will go to market and it will use as a fertilizer. So this is the first step. This is the collection of the waste, and this is the separation, segregation. So various metals, ferrous metal or aluminium metal are separating from the solid waste with the help of this conveyor, built conveyor. So the solids are going on the surface of conveyor, and the metallic substances are attracted to the belt, and the non-metallic substances are going to the screener. So in the screener, on the base in the screener, the various solid waste are separating from each other on the basis of biodegradability. So in screener, the uh, biodegradable material, hazardous material, non-hazardous material, all solid waste are separating from each other in the screener. And after screener, this is the segregation. After segregation, the solid waste will convert it into small sizes, and after that the small size solid waste will pass through dryer. So in dryer, the water will remove from the solid waste, because there are about 60% water vapor are present in the solid waste. So it will remove in the dryer, and the final product is the humus or compost. So this compost is used as a fertilizer, and these are the waste material: aluminium, ferrous or other non-biodegradable material. These are going to some other places or for landfilling. So this was just introduction to uh, 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 introduction to composting. Thank you very much for your attention. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe.